everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, this is a very unexpected live stream. Very unexpected. Just when you thought it was safe to go back into the Delphi subreddits, something else happens. Something else crazy happens. So, I'm going to talk about it. Todd Click. If you've been following the case closely, you'll know Todd Click. He's one of the 3 investigators who, before Richard Allen was arrested, well before Richard Allen was arrested, Todd Click and 2 of his colleagues, Greg Ferenczi, who was murdered, by the way, and Kevin Murphy. I think his first name's Kevin. I always forget his first name. Anyway, they investigated the Odinist angle to the case, and they felt that they had a very strong case. And they'd been sending information, the results of their investigations into the Unified Command, and nothing was done. Nothing was done. When Richard Allen was arrested, Todd Click was very concerned because he felt that they didn't have as much on Richard Allen as Click, Ferenczi and Murphy had collected on the bunch of Odinists, Brad Holder, Patrick Westfall, Elvis Fields, all of those guys. Well, today it has come out that Todd Click has been arrested. Arrested. Yes, arrested. He's been arrested. Why has he been arrested? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Look. I'm not one for conspiracies. I'm not one for, the conspiracy theories. I'm not one for that. But where Indiana's concerned, where this case is concerned, you absolutely do have to go there. You have to start to wonder what on earth is going on. Does he harm the prosecution's case? Well, no, not anymore. Not anymore, because Todd Click's testimony has been banned from Richard Allen's trial. The mere mention of Odinism has been banned from Richard Allen's trial. Any testimony that Todd Click might have, I'm sure the defense would have called Todd Click as a witness, but they're not allowed to. Francis Gull has ordered that they are not allowed to bring that third-party culpability defense. They're not allowed, which is ridiculous. Absolutely, of course, it's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. But this is the situation. So you could look at this as a genuine arrest for genuine wrongdoing, or you could look at this as an attempt to discredit Todd Click in the eyes of the community, get him fired, send him to jail, all of that stuff, maybe as just a little petty sign of revenge. I can't say that Jerry Holman strikes me as the vengeful type of guy because I don't know him. I can't say that Nick McClellan strikes me as a vengeful type of guy because I don't know him. I could just speculate, possibly hypothesize that maybe because Todd Click has spoken at hearings, he's spoken out, he's made himself known, he's raised his head over the parapet and said, in a very credible way, has said, look, our investigation on the Odinists was more fruitful and stronger than your investigation and arrest and bringing to trial, which is only a little over a week away. You know, our investigation's stronger. So raising his head over the parapet, you might think, well, maybe somebody is going to teach Todd Click a lesson. Somebody's out for revenge. Possibly. Never known a case with more rabbit holes than this one. I know, you get lost in it. It's not just one hole, it's a whole warren. It's a big warren. The little rabbits are out there at night eating all the lettuces. Don't leave your lettuces out or your cabbages, because all the little bunnies are going to come out of the big warren and eat them all in the middle of the night. What are the official charges? Well, here we are. So I've got the counts. It's 3 counts, and I've also got the probable cause affidavit. So the arrest warrant. So, are you ready? All right, state of Indiana. This was filed on the 26th of September. State of Indiana, County of Ripley versus Todd Click, count 1. I, the undersigned affiant, do hereby affirm under the penalty for perjury as specified by Idaho Code, no, not Idaho, Indiana Code 35-44-121, that between December 21st, 2023 and February 15th, 2024 in Ripley County, state of Indiana, Todd Click, a public servant, knowingly or intentionally committed an offence in the performance of his official duties, to wit, forgery and or obstruction of a child abuse assessment, contrary to the form of the statute in such cases made by blah, 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 and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. So, possible, genuine wrongdoing. Okay, count 2. I, the undersigned affiant, and the affiant here is Richard Hurtle, whoever he is, prosecuting attorney for Ripley County. So, I, the undersigned affiant, do hereby affirm under penalty of perjury as specified by Indiana Code 35-44-121 that between December 21st, 2023 and February 15th, 2024, so same dates as count 1, in Ripley County, state of Indiana, Todd Click, with intent to defraud, did make, utter, or possess a written instrument in such a manner that it purports to have been made by another person and or by the authority of one who did not give authority, contrary to the form of the statute in such case against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. So possessed, he made, uttered, or possessed a written instrument that was made by another person and or by the authority of one who did not give authority for it. Okay. Count 3. Same dates, December 21st and February 15th. Same affiant. Same Indiana Code. Oh, Kimberly, thank you for gifting 5 memberships. That's so kind of you. We've got Snaggle Mama, The Royal Wee, Jenny, Mar and Trina. Thank you, Kimberly, and welcome. Welcome, you 5. You get a month's free membership, courtesy of Kimberly. Yeah, it's forgery. No, it's nothing to do with photos, no. When we get to the probable cause affidavit, it will become clear. So, I, the undersigned affiant, blah, 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 in Ripley County, state of Indiana, Todd Click did knowingly or intentionally falsify child abuse or neglect information or records contrary to blah, 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 and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. So that sounds like very similar to count 1. In the performance of initial duties, forgery and or obstruction of a child abuse assessment. Knowingly or intentionally falsified child abuse or neglect information. Kind of sounds the same. I guess you'd have to, I'm not going to go into each of these codes and try to work out how different these are. We'll just go straight to the probable cause affidavit. So this is this. So when was this signed? It's not long. When was this signed? 18th of September. This was signed. Again, this is like only hit the Reddit streets today. Another one being railroaded. Look, you know, if they can prove genuine wrongdoing here, if he's genuinely done wrong during the course of his professional duties, then he will have to take the rap for it. However, it seems to me that perhaps somebody with some kind of vengeful heart has gone digging through all of Todd Click's employment records and all of his files and all of it. All of it. And who has been granted Todd Click's employment records and stuff? Who? Oh, it could be Nick McClelland. I'm sure that Nick McClelland has got friends in Ripley County. The timing is suspect, yeah. So I'm not saying that there isn't genuine wrongdoing here. I don't know. I don't know whether there's genuine wrongdoing here. And if there is genuine wrongdoing against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana, well, okay, Todd Click's going to have to, you know, take his punishment. The timing is very suspect. Just a week before the Delphi trial. I mean, look, this affidavit was signed on the 18th, so would have been a month, almost a month before the Delphi trial, but still incredibly suspect, isn't it? Yes. Incredibly suspect. It leads me to believe that somebody has done some digging. Somebody has found something, you know, dig around enough. Then, you know, you might find something on somebody. You dig around, you find something, and then you may compare if you've got a vengeful heart. You live in Indiana and it's a very strange, corrupt place. If it's falsifying records, it isn't a felony. Child abuse case. It was child abuse records. Okay, so let's read this. Only 4 pages. All right. State of Indiana, County of Ripley. I, Michael Lepper, a law enforcement officer with the Indiana Office of Inspector General. Never heard of that before. That's a new one. Being duly sworn, swear and affirm under penalty of perjury that the following statements are true and accurate to the best of my knowledge. I'm a law enforcement officer with the OIG, so the Office of Inspector General. I don't like this font. This font's very hard to read on the eyes. Pursuant to Indiana Code 3531-52185, the OIG is a law enforcement agency created by the Indiana General Assembly through Indiana Code 4272. I have been a special agent with the OIG since April 23rd, 2018. In connection with my official duties, I am involved in criminal investigations involving state employees with the executive branch of Indiana government. I have received training relating to the enforcement of Indiana law, including the following: Indiana State Police 42nd Recruit Academy in July through November 1984. I have satisfied the minimum basic training requirements established by rules adopted by Law Enforcement Training Board on the Indiana Code, blah, blah, blah. I was previously employed as a law enforcement officer with the Indiana State Police for 32 years. Oh, so there we go. He knows Jerry Holman. Of course he knows Jerry Holman. Who was his ex-boss? Who would have been his ex-boss? Oh, Doug Carter. Okay. Say no more. I have served as a detective and investigated many types of crime, including theft, forgery, and fraud. The previously listed crimes are like the current investigation. Okay. So that's the background for Michael Lepper, friend of Jerry Holman and an ex-employee of the Indiana State Police. Superintendent of the Indiana State Police is Doug Carter. Of course, there's your link. Say no more. All right, April 11th, 2024, the OIG received a complaint from the Indiana Department of Child Services, the DCS, so CPS, Child Protection, and I call it DCS in Indiana. Cool. Alleging that a former DCS employee, Todd Click, all right, date of birth 4/7/1973, submitted official reports in his role as a family case manager to the DCS case management system, management gateway for Indiana kids. The Magic. Oh, that's cool. I do like a good acronym. Magic. So when I say magic, I mean management gateway for Indiana kids. All right. So the acronym is MAGIC. According to DCS, those reports contained false information of family visits and DCS documents with forged signatures of parents and caregivers. So he was meant to be doing visits. He didn't do visits, and he forged signatures of the parents. Well, that's bad. If that's true, that's bad. That's bad. It's not the worst crime in the world. Let's be clear. He's not murdered anyone. He's not abused anyone. He's not raped anyone. He's not done anything mega bad. However, it's bad in that if he was meant to be making visits and he didn't, you know, I don't know, he went off and, I don't know, had a day out or something. Well, there's a kid there whose family needs investigating and he forges the parent's signature. That's bad. That's bad. All right. If it's true. But would it have been noticed? Would it have been noticed had somebody not gone rifling through all of Todd Click's files, everything, to find some dirt on him? Yeah, he was supposed to make home visits, but didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same. Feel like everybody is younger than me these days. Yeah, Todd Click's younger than me as well. Oh dear. So yeah, he was meant to be making home visits and he didn't. Now we don't know whether he rang up the family and they said there's no need for a visit. I don't know. All of that stuff is unknown. It'll come out in the course of time and whatever. But it's relative. It's kind of something that wouldn't get noticed. No one would know that happened unless somebody really went digging, in my opinion. It's the kind of thing that only gets found out when somebody really digs deep for some dirt. That's the kind of thing that comes up. And if it's the worst thing he's ever done in his entire life, yes, it's still wrong. And yes, it could be potentially dangerous if a family's left without a home visit. But if it's the worst thing he's ever done in his personal or professional life, then you got to kind of shrug your shoulders. And say, why now? Why did this get noticed now? Okay. Click was employed by the DCS as An FCM, family, don't know what an FCM is. Does it tell us? I don't think it tells us. It'll be family something. Assigned to the Ripley County office from July 9th, 2023 through March 2nd, 2024. So he's only there a few months when he resigned. So he resigned in March. So he was only there like, hold on, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. He was only there 8 months. So did he not like the job? Don't know. Case manager, thank you. So family case manager. Family case manager sounds about right. Okay. Click's role was an assessment worker. DCS policy describes the term assessment, an assessment of alleged child abuse and or neglect. So child abuse / neglect is a comprehensive process and is completed to ensure the safety and well-being of a child alleged to be a victim of child abuse or neglect. These initial investigations occur immediately following a report of alleged abuse or neglect that is received by a DCS hotline. So someone rings up complaining, they're going to send someone out, aren't they? They're going to send someone out to investigate. Okay. During my investigation, I found evidence that Click falsified at least 10 magic entries and forged the signatures of parents and caregivers on at least 7 DCS forms required during the assessment process. That's bad if it's true. That's very naughty. I believe that Click knowingly or intentionally falsified child abuse or neglect information / records, committing the crime of obstructing a child abuse investigation, Indiana Code, a Class A misdemeanor occurring in Ripley County, Indiana, based on the following facts. Okay, following facts. So MB family. On 12/24/23, so this is Christmas Eve, 11 a.m. Click reported in Magic that he'd made a visit to MB's home in Batesville, but did not find anyone home. Click said he called MB on the telephone and was told by MB that she was on the way to Ohio for family Christmas. All right, that's fair enough. It's Christmas Eve. That's probably true. So MB must be the mother, I'm guessing, or the female caregiver, I'm assuming. All right. So MB said after the domestic violence event, so the day before, 12/23/23, she went to her mother's home in Milan, Indiana, until February 2024. Okay. So she went to Ohio for a family Christmas, and then there was a domestic violence event on 12/23. She didn't go back home after that. She went to her mother's in Milan until February. MB said she had no family in Ohio and the call never happened. Oh, okay. Okay. So Todd Click had reported in Magic that he called MB and she was away for Christmas, and that wasn't true. So MB said, no, I don't know anyone in Ohio. I didn't go to Ohio for Christmas. So it seems to me that Click has got his wires crossed, maybe, possibly, somehow. I don't know. Okay, so we've now got another event with the same family. So 12/24/23 at 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Click reported in Magic that he made a video FaceTime call with MB and saw her children, so a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old, and that they appeared healthy. MB said that call never happened. That's bad. If that's true, that's bad. Because what would happen if those kids weren't healthy and somebody, had written down that the kids were healthy and then it turns out they weren't? All right. 12/28/23, 3:15 p.m, Click reported in Magic that he'd met face-to-face with MB and her children at her Batesville home. Click reported the children looked healthy. MB said the visit never happened. Well, according to MB, she would have been at her mother's house in Milan, Indiana, after a domestic violence event on the 23rd. So domestic violence event happened on the 23rd. She goes away to her mother's in Milan. So maybe Click tried to get in touch with her, couldn't get in touch with her, and thought, oh, sod it, it's Christmas. I'm just going to make something up. Which is bad. It's bad. This is bad. All right. If it's true. So on New Year's Eve. No, it's not. I was thinking it was New Year's Eve, but it's not. It's the 31st of January 2024, 9:30. Click reported in Magic that he met face-to-face with ND. I'm assuming that must be MB. That's just a typo, I'm guessing. And her children at her Batesville home. MB said the meeting never happened. So again, she would still have been at her mother's in Milan. On 2/15/24, 3:15, Click reported in Magic that he met face-to-face with MB and her children in her Batesville home. MB said this is the only time she'd ever seen Click. Click reported discussing a safety plan on one of the DCS forms with MB. MB said he just stood inside the door for 5 minutes and they never discussed the safety plan. So they did meet, but he just, I don't know, popped his head round the door, said, is everything all right? And she probably said, yeah, and that was it. So somebody has gone digging through all of his cases. Somebody's gone and checked for all of his cases, haven't they? To find that out, somebody has had to go digging. Because I don't think MB would have reported it, would she? Because she wouldn't have known that any of these things were written. She wouldn't have known that these things were written. If these things genuinely never happened, then she wouldn't have known anything about it until someone contacted her. Yeah, exactly, Broken Goth Doll. Someone should dig around Gull and Slick. They should, without a doubt. Is the mother credible? We will see. Exactly. The mother, it's one word against another. It's MB's word against Todd Click's. So this is something that would come out at a trial. You know, she's going to have to stand up in court and, under oath and attest to all this. Otherwise, it's one word against another. If it's true, it's bad. But it could be that MB's just made it up. Could be MB's completely made it up. Somebody's contacted her and she's thought, I know what, I'm going to spill some dirt. I'm going to say, no, that never happened. That never happened. I don't know why she would, but people do strange things. Anyway, another family, AB family. So on 1/22/24, 22nd of January, 3:30 p.m, Click reported in Magic that he'd had a face-to-face visit with AB, his wife, and their child, RB, at the Holton home. So AB must be the dad or some father figure person. AB said this visit never happened. Earlier in the day, RB reported to her school that she had been fondled by a family friend on 1/21/24. So the day before, RB reports at school that she's been fondled by a family friend, and then Click was meant to ring them or have a meeting with them, but that never happened. The school advised the AB family that they reported the incident at 11:51 a.m. to the hotline and to go home, and that DCS would be out to their home. At 8:24 p.m, AB made a second report to the hotline as no one from DCF ever came to their home. So AB is the whistleblower in that case then. So that's actually more credible than this one, because this one is one word against another, isn't it? Whereas this one, this is AB. Actually, the dad, trying to get some service here. So that's more credible, in my opinion, because there will be a record. There'll be a record of the school reporting it, and there will be a record of AB reporting it. So that's credible. This one remains to be seen. Okay. W family. On 12/22/23 at 4:30 p.m, Click reported in Magic that he'd had a face-to-face visit with CW, who's the guardian of the children. So CW is the guardian of the children. MW is the mother of the children. And then we've got an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old at the Osgood home. So the guardian and the mother. So presumably the mother, MW, mustn't have custody. So maybe CW's a grandparent, maybe, or I don't know, but a family, somebody. Okay, so CW and MW both said the visit never happened. CW said she never met Click. MB, is that that must be MW. So this leper person, that must be MW. Said Click never talked to her children. On 1/29/24 at 3:40, Click reported in Magic a face-to-face visit with CW, SF, so that's a child, and LF, another child, at their Osgood home. CW said the visit never happened. She'd never met him. Click reported talking to the children and reported the mother, MW, had moved out of the house. That was also untrue. So, again, we don't know how credible that is because we've not got enough information to be able to tell who made that report. Did someone go digging? Did someone ring them? Did they have any idea that these things were said to have happened but didn't? We don't know. TS family. So 12/21/23, 4:30 p.m, Click reported in Magic that he did a face-to-face visit with TH, who's the grandfather, TS, who's the mother, and KS, who's 14, Core S, who's 10, and Core IS, who is 17, and CAS, who's 12. So we've got 4 kids involved here. So we've got a 14-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 12-year-old at their Batesville home. Both TH and TS say that never happened. So the grandfather and the mother said that never happened. TS says Click has never been to her home. Again, we've no idea how credible that is, whether it's someone digging or something. EL family. On 2/13/24 at 4:05 p.m, Click reported in Magic a face-to-face visit with JB, also known as JL, at his home. Okay. JB said, well, who's EL? I don't know who EL is, but anyway. All right, so JB said Click had never been to his home and he'd never met him. JB said they did talk over the phone once around that time. When Click called JB, he pulled over into the farm and garden in Versailles to speak. DCS requires this interview to be conducted in person. Okay, so he did call him, but it was meant to be in person. So he made a phone call, so he did actually have contact, but it should have been in person rather than on the phone. Okay, believe Click knowingly and intentionally created written instruments purporting to be signed by parents or caregivers, all without authority to do so in violation of Indiana Code. Forgery, a level 6 felony occurring in Ripley County, Indiana, based on the following facts. So I'm assuming that these are all going to be the same family. Yeah, we've got MB, ABTW. Is that a different family? So we've got an MWTS. So MB, AB, TW, TS. Okay. All right. So MB family. Click submitted to DCS a tribal membership form required by DCS and reportedly signed by MB on 12/28/23. This date corresponds to a date which Click reported a visit with MB at her Batesville home. MB said the visit never happened and she never signed any form for Click. I showed her the form and she confidently said, "That is not my signature. This form is required by federal regulation under the Indiana Child Welfare Act." Do you know what? After the Delphi trial, I can honestly see these charges going away, or at least being downgraded. What do you think? I don't know. Click submitted to DCS a safety plan form required by DCS and reportedly signed by MB on 2/15/24. This date corresponds with a visit at MB's Batesville home and did occur. However, MB said the meeting lasted only 5 minutes and she never signed or discussed any forms. I showed her the form and she said confidently, "No, not my signature. This form is required to develop an agreed action by the parent, guardian, custodian that will allow the child to be safe in their home. This is to help determine if an agreed upon action will allow the child to stay in their home or if detention removal is needed." Okay. So signing that he'd met these parents, signing on behalf of the parents, he'd met them and they hadn't. Again, we wouldn't, MB would not know that this had happened unless someone had called her. So someone has been digging. Someone really has been digging. The only one that seems to be credible based on the information that we've got right here, right now, is AB, who actually made a call. So AB was aware that no one from DCS had turned up, yet there was a report in Magic that Click had actually been to see them. So AB family. So this is the little girl who told school that she'd been fondled, and the school made a report, and then Dad, AB, thought that DCS was meant to come and see them. No one came, so he made a call. Okay. So Click submitted to DCS a consent to interview children form required by DCS and reportedly signed by AB on 1/25/24. This date is the same day of a forensic interview conducted with Arby, who's age 9, at the Child Advocacy Center in Southeast Indiana in Greensburg. AB said it's the first and only time he ever saw Click, but he did not sign any forms. I showed AB the form and he said confidently, "No, that's not my signature." According to an email from DCS local office director, Michelle Smith, per statute and policy, interviewing a subject child is pertinent in completing a thorough assessment. Consent to interview a child can be obtained in one of 3 ways: obtaining a court order, under exigent circumstances, or with parental consent through signing this form. Verbal consent is last resort. So he did actually do the work. He did the forensic interview. So the child's not been affected by this. So the child was interviewed. Maybe Click thought that he'd received verbal consent. So I can't see that sticking, honestly. I can't see that sticking. If he says, "Well, all right, yeah, okay, I got verbal consent," and then maybe, like, he shouldn't have signed the form, right? He shouldn't have signed the form pretending to be the parent. But the child didn't suffer. In this instance, the child didn't suffer. The child had a forensic interview, so presumably action came from that. The child was protected, blah, blah, blah. And the fact that she was interviewed, well, somebody had to consent. So he must have got verbal consent. So I can see at least some of these charges going away after the trial. Maybe, who knows? All right, TW, Click submitted to DCS a tribal membership form required by DCS and reportedly signed by CW Guardian on 12/22/23. This date corresponds with the home visit at 4:30 p.m. Click reported in Magic, but both CW and MW said the visit never happened. CW said she'd never met Click and never signed any forms for him. CW was shown the document and said confidently when asked if it was her signature, no, it's not. Click submitted to DCS consent to interview children form required by DCS and reportedly signed by the Guardian CW on 12/22/23. This date corresponds with a home visit at 4:30 p.m. Click reported in Magic, but both CW and MW said the visit never happened. CW said she'd never met Click, never signed any form for him. CW was shown the document and confidently said, that's not my writing. Okay, again. You could say it's not your signature. How do we know that these people haven't been paid to lie? How do we know? I'm just throwing out. I'm throwing out, smoke bombs here. Who knows? They may have been paid to say no, that's not my signature. How are they going to prove it? I mean, they're going to get some kind of handwriting expert to start analysing signatures. Well, we know that that's pseudoscience. I'm just saying, anything's possible. Anything's possible in Indiana. I'm just saying it may well be. It's one word against another here. This is it. One word against another. TS family. Click submitted to DCS a consent to interview children form required by DCS and reportedly signed by TS on 12/21/23. This date corresponds with the date Click reported in Magic a home visit in Batesville. TS said the visit never happened and she never signed any forms for Click and never met him and he's never been to her home. She may have talked to him on the phone. When I showed her the form, she confidently said, that's not my signature. Click submitted a DCS tribal membership form required by DCS and reportedly signed by TS on 12/21/23. This date corresponds with the date Click reported in Magic a home visit in Batesville. TS said the visit never happened and she never signed any forms for Click and has never met him and has never been to her home. She may have talked to him on the phone. When I showed her the form and asked if that was her signature, she confidently said no. All 7 of these forged documents were uploaded into Magic System by Click or by a clerical employee having received them from Click. So that is a felony. That's a level 6 felony. Signing forms when you're not the person. You need to know about these signatures. Yeah, if a parent's allowed to give verbal consent, is the officer supposed to do a specific signature in lieu of parental signature? I don't know. I don't know. And, it's DCS, so we're probably never going to be able to actually see the forms, are we? Because it's protection, it's child protection, quite rightly. It's not like anybody's able to put a freedom of information request in for DCS forms. So we're never going to know. Like it will come out at trial. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's been digging, and it would not surprise me at all that if after the Delphi trial this went away. I don't know. As a public servant employed as family case manager, case something, with DCS, I believe Click knowingly or intentionally committed the offence of official misconduct by committing the above offences in the performance of his official duties in violation with Indiana Code, blah, blah, blah. Official misconduct, a level 6 felony in Ripley County, based on the above facts. While I have no information that his complete disregard for DCS policy and child safety caused any actual harm, these crimes put at least 5 Ripley County families and 11 children in danger because he failed to perform his duties as he was trained. Well, it's not put the AB family in danger. So RB, the 9-year-old girl, it didn't put her in danger because she did have her forensic interview. So no danger to RB. The others, though, it's one word against another. So all of that will have to be teased out at a trial, should it get that far. And I don't know whether it would. Because this offence, so this is count 3. Go back to these counts. Count 3. So knowingly or intentionally falsified child abuse or neglect information or records. That's only relevant. That's only relevant if those other 2, so falsifying signatures, these were falsified signatures, level 6 felony, and then basically writing report, well, putting in magic that visits had happened when they didn't. So if those go away or get downgraded in some way, like downgraded to the point where it's not even worth pursuing, then also count 3 will go away. Because there's nothing to support count 3 other than this information from the families in counts 1 and 2. So count 3 is superfluous. So count 3, I don't even know why they've got count 3 in, other than it's another level 6 felony. So it just adds fuel to the fire. You know, it increases the seriousness of what Click is facing. This is all just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, and I'm certainly not a lawyer in Indiana. Not a lawyer in my country, nor am I a lawyer anywhere else. And I'm just saying what I see here. Maybe a lawyer who's familiar with family law, with the DCS system, would read more into this than I have. Maybe. But we'll have to see what happens. I have to see what happens. It would depend if they're sufficiently intimidated, Click, or will he just ride it out? Don't know. Like, where is he? Is he out on bond? Does anybody know? In the meantime, it's just distraction. Yeah. It's just adding a little niggle into the Delphi trial. It's distraction. It feels to me, as I said at the beginning, it feels to me that somebody's gone digging because they've got a vengeful heart. And the fact that Michael Lepper, who's the affiant here, Michael Lepper, was employed as a law enforcement officer with the Indiana State Police for 32 years. 32 years. Need I say more? I don't think I need to say any more than that, do I? Purple AJ, thank you so much. Hold on, we got some gifted memberships coming in here. He's in jail now with no bond. Really? No. Is that true? He's in jail with no bond. I mean, look, he's not a danger to anyone, is he? He's not even in the job anymore. He's not been in the job since March. So why would he be in jail with no bond? Or has he just not had his bond hearing yet? He may just not have had his bond hearing yet. Anyway, thank you, Purple Ledger. Let's read these names out. So we've got Ellie B, we've got William, we've got Niece and Emmy Sue and Grandma Snuggles. We've got Crazy Cat Lady. We've got Nayfolk. We've got, hold on, we've got some more here. Oops. We got to jump. We got Stim Convo. We've got Dragonfly Lady. And we've got Therian Lily. So welcome. Thank you so much once again, Purple AJ. And you 10 get a month's free membership. Enjoy the thin blue line. Yeah. Is he really in jail with no bond? Seriously now. Not sure. His attorney filed for bond setting earlier today. All right, so possibly he's not got bond because he's not had a bond hearing. Wow. So he's in jail right now. Wow. Oh, R&M's emailing me. Hold on. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the emails. It's not come through yet. Hold on. Oh, here we go. It was in. I think that might be. Oh, no. How much is bond? Well, if he's not had a bond hearing, then we won't know. Oh yeah, it's very political. Is he going to be Epstein? Well, we shouldn't joke about these things, should we? Look, he has pissed off people. Whether or not he's done wrong, whether or not these are families who have been paid off, I don't know, who knows? There's no evidence whatsoever that anybody was ever put in danger by these things. And in all but one family, it's one word against another with no evidence by the sounds of things. And the case where there would be evidence, so the AB family, where AB actually made a call, there was absolutely no danger to the child because the child had a forensic interview. And presumably, action was taken, whatever that action might be. So it seems to me, based on the information we've got right now, it seems to me that this is some kind of trick. Yeah, convinced Rick Allen is still alive today because of the people screaming Indiana is trying to kill him. Exactly. Exactly. Who knows what would have happened? Who knows what would have happened? Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. I'm not seeing any emails, but I'll check later. The world is watching. The world sees what's going on. Exactly. Exactly. Let's yeah, let's play the old tune on the way out, shall we? So I'm going to go. I'll be interested to see what other YouTubers say about this. Be reading the old Reddit comments as well later. I just hopped on here to say what on earth is next. We've got a little over a week. We've got 10 days, actually, 10 days before jury selection starts in the Delphi trial. So what else could happen? What else possibly could happen in the next 10 days? Is the bullet expert allowed to testify? Don't know. Don't know as of yet. We don't know yet. Have you heard about the Zoe Robotham case? No. No, I don't know that case. Oh, dear. I don't know that case. Thank you, Rachel. Or Rochelle, maybe, for the 10 Canadian dollars. That's very, very kind of you. Somebody needs to be a Turtle Boy 2.0 on Delphi. Well, he's not fared well, has he? For sticking his head over the parapet. Sure, there's other channels with insane theories now who haven't read what you said. Sent me a private message on Facebook Messenger. Oh, God. Facebook Messenger's even worse than my emails. It's like Wild West in there. Lawyer Lee has a live tonight. She's been doing all the other suspects. Okay, I'll watch that. Oh, so Zoe's 16, special needs, came up missing on the run with her dad. Oh, no. I think we're all Turtle Boys, getting stronger and louder by the day. Well, yeah. Look, I'm over the big pond, and I've been doing what I can, the very little that I can. Bob's going to be amped up. There's no idea what a Turtle Boy is. Turtle Boy is what's his name? Aidan Kearney. He's somebody from the Karen Reid case. So he's one that was doing blogs, I think, at first about the all the shenanigans that was going on there. Oh, thank you, AKA Radar, for the $9.99. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Common sense thinking is almost extinct. It is. It is. It absolutely is. All right, I'm going to go. So thank you all. Thank you all for joining me in this impromptu live stream. And as always, thank you to the mods. Thank you to those that donated. Welcome to the new members. And we'll play out with this.
Saying it ain't over.
It's time for you guys to start being journalists.
Before an angry Andrew Baldwin left the courthouse, 13 News overheard him speaking to Richard Allen's wife, saying, "It ain't over. The world's watching. The world sees what's going on."
I'm still here just to say thank you so much, Blissful, for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, thank you. You are very kind. Can I still see them? Hold on. I was about to click off and then I saw them. Hold on. We got Leanne, Queen of Asinian, something, Phoenix, Winnie the Pup, and NY Mom. I still need glasses. I still need new glasses. I so need new glasses. All right, guys, I am gone. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you soon.